Hello everyone, you're welcome to solve this nice trigonometry math problem, which is 81 to the power of sine squared t plus 81 raised to the power of cos squared t. This is equal to that. So what is the value of t given that t ranges from 0 to 360 degrees? So let's provide a solution from here. So we can express 81. This is the same thing as 3 to the power of 4 raised to the power of sine squared t, then plus 3 to the power of 4 raised to the power of cos squared t. This is equal to 30. The next step is that this is in the form of a to the power of n raised to the power of m, which we can express as a to the power of n multiplied by m. Applying this exponent property, then here we have 3 to the power of 4 sine squared t plus 3 to the power of 4 cos squared t. This is equal to 30. Now, from trigonometry identity, that states that sine squared t plus cos squared t, this is equal to 1. Now, let's make cos squared t to be the subject of the formula so that now we have cos squared t, this is equal to 1 minus sine squared t. Let's substitute where we have cos squared t with 1 minus sine squared t, so that we have 3 raised to the power of 4 sine squared t plus 3 raised to the power of 4 into the parentheses 1 minus sine squared t. This is equal to 30. The next step is that let's open the parentheses here so that we have 3 to the power of 4 sine squared t plus 3 to the power of 4 times 1, this is 4, subtract 4 times sine squared t, this is 4 sine squared t, this is equal to 30. Now we have that 3 to the power of 4 minus 4 sine squared t, this is in the form of a to the power of n minus m, which you can express as a to the power of n divided by a to the power of m. Now applying this exponent property, here we have 3 to the power of 4 sine squared t, then plus 3 to the power of 4 divided by 3 to the power of 4 sine squared t, this is equal to 30. Now we have that 3 to the power of 4 sine squared t is common here, so that we can let 3 to the power of 4 sine squared t, let this be equal to k. Now let's substitute k where we have 3 to the power of 4 sine squared t. So this is k plus 3 to the power of 4, this is 81, divided by k, this is equal to 30. Now k is our whole number, this is over 1, and that is our number, so this is over 1. Let's multiply by the LCM, which is k, everything here by k, so that now we have k squared plus k and k here simplify, so plus 81, this is equal to that times k, which is 30k. Let's take that k on the left hand side, so that we have k squared minus 30k plus 81, this is equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation where we have the product is equal to 81, the sum is equal to negative 30. So we can solve this quadratic equation by factorization method, where we have the two factors here. We have the two factors as negative 27 and negative 3. If we say negative 27 times negative 3, this is equal to 81. Then negative 27 plus minus 3, this is negative 30. So we have k to the power of 2 minus 27, k minus 3k plus 81, this is equal to 0. So we have got two parts here. The first part, k is common, so we have k into the parentheses, this is k subtract 27, then subtract 3 is common here, so we factor out 3 into the parentheses, negative 3k divided by 3, this is equal to k, then plus 81 divided by minus 3, this is equal to negative 27, and this is equal to 0. So k minus 27 is common, so we factor out k minus 27. Then here we have k subtract 3. This is equal to 0. Now we have k minus 27 multiplied by k minus 3. This is equal to 0. So we have got two cases here. We have got case 1. Let's start with case 1, which is k minus 27. This is equal to 0. And we have case 2, where we have k subtract 3. This is equal to 0. So k1, this is equal to 27. And we have k2, this is equal to 3. Now, if you recall, we have seen that we let 3 to the power of 4 sine squared t be equal to k. So let's substitute k. Let's start with k1. So we have 3 to the power of 4 sine squared t. This is equal to 27. So this is 3 to the power of 4 sine squared t. This is equal to 27, and this is 3 to the power of 3. Since the bases are common, then a to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m. Since the bases are common, exponent n should be equal to m. Applying this property, this means that we have 4 sine squared t. This is equal to 3. Now let's divide both signs by 4, so that now we have sine squared t. This is equal to 3 over 4. Now to solve for sine t here, let's introduce a square root on both sides. We have the square root of sine squared t. This is equal to plus or minus the square root of 3 over 4. Now let's eliminate the square root sign here, so that we have sine t. This is equal to plus or minus 3 square root of 3 divided by square root of 4, which is 2. So we have got two values of sine t. We have sine t. This is equal to square root of 3 over 2. Or we have sine t. This is equal to negative square root of 3 over 2. Now let's have a graphical representation of sine t, which is the square root of 3 over 2, and sine t, which is minus square root of 3 over 2. So this is a graph of x, y plane. This is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. So we can have a unit circle here. Now here we have 1, 0. Then here we have negative 1, 0. Then here we have the value of x here, 0, 1. Then here we have 0, negative 1. Now we have sine is equal to sine t. This is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Sine is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. So we have our opposite here. This is equal to square root of 3 over 2. And this, we have an angle of 60 degrees. So this is 60 degrees. Now from 0 to, in the second quadrant, this is the first quadrant that we have 60 degrees. In the second quadrant, we also have an angle here, which is 180 degrees subtract 60 degrees. And this is equal to 120 degrees. So we have 120 degrees in the second quadrant. Now you find that these are the positive angles of sine t. So we have sine t, which is equal to square root of 3 over 2. We have x, that is, we have t, which is equal to 60 degrees and 120 degrees. These are the positive angles of for sine t, which is square root of 3 over 2. These are the positive angles that are above the xy plane. Now the angles below the x plane here, these are the angles for sine t, which is negative square root of 3 over 2. Now in the third quadrant here, from 0 to the third quadrant here, we have another angle here. This is 180. We have 180 degrees plus 60 degrees, and this is equal to 240 degrees. So we have 240 degrees in the third quadrant. Now, in the fourth quadrant, we also have another angle that is from 0 to the fourth quadrant here. We have 360 degrees, subtract 60 degrees, and this is equal to 300 degrees. We have 300 degrees. So this is to mean that sine t, which is negative square root of 3 over 2, we have t equal to 240 degrees and 300 degrees. So this is to mean that in case 1, sine t, which is equal to plus or minus square root of 3 over 2, the angles for t, these are the angles for t. We have 60 degrees, 120 degrees, 240 degrees, and 300 degrees. So these are the angles for t, that is between 0 to 360 degrees. So let's proceed to case 2 from here. Now in case 2, we have that k2, this is equal to 3. And if you recall, we have seen that let 3 to the power of 4 sine squared t be equal to k, which is equal to 3. 3 is raised to the power of 1. And since the bases are common, then we have 4 sine squared t. This is equal to 1. So let's divide both signs by 4. So that now we have sine squared t. This is equal to 1 over 4. Now to solve for sine t, let's introduce a square root on both sides. We have the square root of sine squared t. This is equal to plus or minus the square root of 1 over 4. Now, let's eliminate a square root sign here so that we have sine t. This is equal to plus or minus square root of 1 over 4. This is a half. So we have plus or minus a half. So we have that sine t, this is equal to a half, all we have sine t, this is equal to negative a half. Now let's have a graphical representation of this. We have a unit circle here. So this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, and then we have this unit circle here. So here, this is the first quadrant, this is the second quadrant, this is the third quadrant, and this is the fourth quadrant. So we have that sine t, this is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Now we have the opposite here, this is half, hypotenuse is 1. So we have that sine half, this is equal to an angle of 30 degrees. And then we have that in the second quadrant, we also have another angle here. Remember, angles in a straight line, they end up to 180 degrees. So in the second quadrant, the angle here is 180 degrees minus 30 degrees, so which is equal to 150 degrees. So we have 150 degrees here. So this is to mean that sine t, which is equal to a half, we have the values of t, or the angles of t, equal to 30 degrees and 150 degrees. Remember, these are the positive angles. These are angles above the xy plane. Now we have sine t is negative a half. These are the angles that are below the plane here. So here we have the third quadrant and also the fourth quadrant. So in this case, in the third quadrant, we have 180 degrees plus 30 degrees. We have 180 plus 30 degrees, and here we have 210 degrees. Okay. In the fourth quadrant, we have another angle here for sine. So this means that we have 360 angles in a circle here. They hand up to 360. So we say 360 degrees subtract 30 degrees, and this is equal to 330 degrees. So we have 330 degrees here. So in this case, we are saying that for sine t, which is equal to negative 1 over 2, we have the values of t equal to 210 degrees and 330 degrees. Now, this is to conclude that sine t, which is equal to plus or minus a half, we have the angles for t equal to 30 degrees, 150 degrees, 210 degrees, and 330 degrees. So these are the angles for sine t, which is equal to plus or minus a half. So kindly follow the steps, like this video, and subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye bye for now.